What you just watched is the last known footage of Elisa Lam. She was 21 years old. It was 1:47 in the morning on January 31st, 2013. She was alone in an elevator at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. The doors would not close. She pressed button after button. Then she stepped into the hallway and looked around as if she was searching for someone or hiding from someone.
This hotel was already terrifying before Elisa arrived. Before we talk about Elisa Lam, we need to talk about the hotel. Because the Cecil Hotel is not a normal building. It is not a normal place. The Cecil Hotel opened in 1927 in downtown Los Angeles. Over its nearly 100-year history, the Cecil has been the site of at least a dozen suicides.
The hotel has been called the Hotel of Death.
This is the Elisa Lam mystery.
In 1985, a man named Richard Ramirez checked into a tiny room on the ground floor. In 1991, an Austrian man named Jack Unterweger checked in. The hotel has been called the Hotel of Death.
Elisa Lam was 21 years old. She documented her struggles with bipolar disorder in writing that was thoughtful and self-aware.
She had a Tumblr blog.
In January 2013, Elisa set out on a solo trip down the west coast of the United States. She visited San Diego. She made her way up to Los Angeles. She called her parents every day. She posted photos to her blog.
Then, something changed. Other guests sharing a room with Elisa complained about her behavior.
On the night of January 31st, 2013, a surveillance camera captured Elisa Lam inside one of the hotel's elevators. She entered the elevator and pressed several buttons, but the doors never closed. She stepped out into the hallway and repeatedly looked around the corner. She began making unusual hand and arm movements. Then she walked away. She would never be seen alive again.
People realized she was missing. Elisa's parents expected to hear from her every day. Then the calls stopped. When they could not reach her, they contacted authorities. Police searched the hotel, reviewed security footage, and interviewed staff. Despite searching the building, investigators found no trace of Elisa Lam.
19 days passed. Then guests began complaining about the hotel's water. A maintenance worker was sent to investigate. The search led investigators to the rooftop. Inside one of the water tanks, they found Elisa Lam. Investigators now faced a difficult question. How did Elisa Lam end up inside a locked rooftop water tank? Investigators examined how Elisa could have reached the roof. But even after the official findings were released, many people remained unconvinced. The official explanation focused on Elisa's mental health. Elisa had previously written about struggles with bipolar disorder. Investigators concluded that she reached the roof herself and accidentally drowned. Online communities generated countless theories, including paranormal claims. However, no evidence has ever confirmed those explanations.
More than a decade later, the Elisa Lam case continues to fascinate people around the world. The elevator footage has been viewed millions of times. Countless theories have been proposed, yet many questions remain unanswered. Following years of controversy, the hotel underwent renovations and ownership changes. Today, the building remains one of the most infamous hotels in America. But for many people, the name Cecil Hotel will always be linked to one mystery.
The official investigation concluded that Elisa Lam's death was accidental. But for many people, the questions surrounding her final days remain difficult to answer. Whether the mystery has been solved or not may depend on who you ask. One thing is certain: the world has never forgotten Elisa Lam. If you enjoy real mysteries, disappearances, and unexplained cases, subscribe for more stories every week.